So many businesses hit this wall. Their core systems feel ancient, but the thought of replacing them, it's a total nightmare. Well, today, we're going to dig into a much smarter way, how you can modernize your operations without that dreaded rip and replace.
Does this question just hit a little too close to home? You've got this big, powerful ERP, your enterprise resource planning system, but it feels like your teams are constantly fighting against it, not actually working with it.
And that, right there, is what we call the modern ERP dilemma. It's this constant tug-of-war between the powerful but super inflexible system you own and the speed and agility your team absolutely needs to keep up.
So here's the thing. Your ERP, it's amazing as your system of record. It is the one single source of truth for all your data. But for the day-to-day grind, your people end up creating this messy patchwork of spreadsheets, manual workarounds, and fragile processes just to get their jobs done. It's slow, it's full of errors, and it's just not efficient.
And this inefficiency, it isn't some vague concept. No, it shows up as real, painful bottlenecks that slow you down every single day. Let's actually look at what those symptoms are. I bet some of this sounds painfully familiar, right? You've got skilled people wasting hours just typing the same data into different systems. Your teams are trying to navigate these clunky, old-school screens. Data is scattered all over the place, which means you have absolutely no real-time visibility. And your audit trails? They're shaky at best. It's a daily struggle.
And let's be super clear here. This is way more than just a minor annoyance. In today's market, every wasted hour, every single mistake, every decision you make based on old information, it's literally putting you a step behind your competition.
For a really long time, it felt like there were only two options: just suffer through it or face some massive, risky, and unbelievably expensive ERP replacement project. But what if there's a third way? The real breakthrough is realizing you can add a layer on top instead of ripping everything out.
And here it is, the big idea. Pioneered by the team at Thickdot, the automation layer. Just picture it: sleek, modern workflows, live dashboards, and smart AI tools all built around your existing ERP. Your ERP doesn't change, it stays the rock-solid system of record, but your teams finally get the flexible, fast tools they actually need.
Think of it like this. Your ERP is the solid foundation. It's the source of truth. Instead of tearing that foundation down, you build a sleek, modern bridge that connects that powerful data directly to your people with tools that are visual, intuitive, and just, well, easier to use.
Okay, so that all sounds great in theory, right? But what does it actually look like in the real world? Let's jump into a couple of stories from real companies that have seen some pretty incredible results with this exact strategy.
All right, first up, Monarch Industries. I want you to picture their production floor. It was totally old school. We're talking paperwork orders being passed around by hand, job statuses tracked on messy whiteboards, and planners trying to make big decisions with information that was already hours, if not days old.
Now look at this. Wow. This is the same factory floor after the change. All that paper, all those whiteboards, completely gone. They've been replaced by easy-to-use apps on tablets, giving operators real-time information right on the shop floor where they need it most.
And this wasn't just about looking more modern. The impact was huge. Their on-time production rate shot up from 75% to an unbelievable 98%. That is a massive, tangible win that goes straight to the bottom line.
Okay, let's switch gears to a totally different kind of problem. A company called Adesso was just drowning in customer returns. It was a super high volume process that was burying their team in manual, repetitive work. So what they do? They brought in an AI agent to do the heavy lifting. This little bot could read invoices, check them against orders in the system, and generate return labels all on its own. It turned a chaotic manual bottleneck into a smooth, automated workflow the whole team could see and manage.
So let's just quickly break that down. The problem was obvious. Way too much manual work and no good way to track anything. The solution? An AI that does all the boring, repetitive tasks and only taps a human on the shoulder when there's an exception. And the impact? They automated almost all of their returns and saved over $50,000 a year. Pretty amazing.
So we've seen how this automation layer works in the wild, but now let's talk about why it's so effective. What's the secret sauce here? What makes this approach work when so many other projects fail?
I absolutely love this quote because it just gets right to the heart of everything. To make something like this successful, you need more than just tech skills. You need a deep, genuine understanding of how the business actually runs on the ground day in and day out.
And that's exactly why this works for everyone in the company. Your IT team, they see a smart, secure architecture that respects the systems they already have in place. Your operations team, they feel the relief immediately, less frustration, less manual work. And your leadership, they see a clear, fast, and undeniable return on their investment. It's that rare win-win-win.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Your competitors are probably still stuck, tangled up in those old, slow manual workflows. So why should you be? Modernization doesn't have to mean blowing everything up and starting from scratch.